Well, so first of all, right, find me notes. Sorry, when I told the RMs I was doing the call tonight, they thought I was absolutely, completely bonkers. All the other RMs in their pajamas and in bed. And I went, oh no, I'm going to do a manager Zoom. And they said I was crazy. But I had a thought, like I do, over the weekend. I don't know who's got the noisy background, but if they could just perhaps mute if it's noisy for a bit. See who lights up. Oh, Lindsay's lighting up. We'll see how we get on. But no, I had this thought, and I started doing some planning, and I started to work out that actually, if you own this plan that I've kind of got, let's just see if I can mute everybody for a minute until I'm. No, I can't. Right, we'll carry on. Sorry, I know there's some background noise and I can't work out where it's coming from at the moment. Who's got talking in the background? Gone. You. So, I had this thought, and it is a plan that you are going to need to own and like get on board with and take control with. So at the end of this, you've kind of got two choices. You can go, I don't think so, love, or you can go, okay, bring it on, let's see where we go. And everything in Body Shop is about choices. But when I did the maths on this, and it gave you, I actually made a mistake. It gives you income of £780, which will land in your bank account around the 10th of January. I just looked at all of my downline and looked at all of you and thought, surely to God, £780 is a lot of money. And if there's any of you that don't need £780, then walk away now and have a lovely Christmas. But I just felt I get really passionate about you lot earning money, and it makes me really, really sad when you don't earn the money that you deserve. And as I say, I looked at this, I did the sums. When I say some of these sums, your first reaction is going to be, yeah. And the second word will probably be ending in off. But I just want you to bear with me through to the end and see. And if you didn't quite earn 780, you'd probably earn a darn sight more than maybe you would have done if you don't give up now, sort of thing. So I hope that makes sense. So here we go. So what I did was, this works on you. So you're going to need to write this down. And as I say, I've recorded it so you can go back over it. I haven't done any slides or anything because I haven't had any time. So first of all, you need to do £1,800 in personal sales. I am going to give you lots of examples on how we can get this together in a minute. So £1,800 in personal sales is going to give you £133 of product, a lot of which is brand new, not been released yet. And it's going to give you £540 in commission. Just park that thought. Then if the whole team, including that 1,800, does £5,000 in sales, you're going to earn another £240. Add the top numbers together, 780. Okay. So if we take the sum of £5,000 team sales, take off your 1,800, that leaves 3,200 to find between your team. But if we then started to pull it apart, if in your team you found 3 people that wanted to earn £100 in December, i.e. £400 in sales, that will give them sales level 1 and £100 commission. So and we're going to talk, so just kind of park that again. We'll talk about all the bits in a minute. So 3 people doing 400. Then you need 1 person that wants to earn, it's 800. It's 700 if you want sales level 2, 800 if you're going to go on the who wants to earn £200 commission. So put just £700 or £800, one person. Then you need to find one person who could do 1,200 or earn £300 in commission. So the numbers do fit quite nicely. And if you did that 311, that but all apart from £100, that gives you £3,200. Plus your sales gives you the 5,000. So what we can't do, or what I'd really be sad to see, is after this on team chat we get a load of cut and paste, bang, bang, bang into team chats. You've got to do some work on this. And I'm going to sound like I just sound like a bossy old hag. I can kind of feel it in my tone, and I don't mean that. You need to look at your team and look down the names and think, yeah, she's good for that. She's not good for anything. She's good for that. Maybe that one, not her. She's a better one, etc., etc. And go to each of those persons individually and say, let me help you earn £100 this month. Let me help you. Let me work with you to get to the £1,200 and to earn the 300, the commission, etc., etc. So it is going to need you pulling apart that team and to see where they fit in the categories. But my first thought when I started with a figure, broke it down, and then when I broke it down into 3 of them, 1 of them, 1 of them, there was that kind of light bulby moment of, oh blimey, this could be doable. This could be doable for the majority of you. You've got that kind of mixture in your team. And if you haven't, then you might need 4 lots of 500 and 4 lots of 400, or you might need 2 lots of that one. You know, you can kind of start to play it around as to, I haven't got anybody at that level, but maybe I could get 3 more 400s. And this only talks about 5 team members being involved. You've all got more than 5 team members. So, you know, let's think about what all the other little numpties can do and what they're going to bring in. Think about people that might have fallen off the system, month-end movements have done. Who will reactivate? How many people did you have last month, in the month of November, that didn't place a single order? I reckon there were over 60 consultants that didn't order a single product in November. They didn't need to shower or wash their hair or buy anything. So there might be some, you know, there's some movement there with them. So that was the kind of the breakdown. And then I thought, I can't just say that to you and send you off because you'll just like not do anything. So I started writing down some of the things we can do. And I will, actually, I'm going to probably, I could just screenshot this list afterwards and put it up so that I don't type it all out again. But it included things like gifts have gone 25% off. Be very careful with that gift list they've just put up. To me, it looks like they've included stuff that's already been discontinued. So just be careful on that. Tomorrow, I will sit and make some posters for the gifts. I'll check the codes. I'll check they're in stock. I'll make some posters for you. So think about you and the team, a gift sale this weekend, further reductions. When I was away this week, we had talks from different people, and they were saying that with the temperature being unusually mild, I know it's been wet, but it's been very mild. We haven't had the frosts, we haven't had the cold. It doesn't feel Christmassy, and they feel that the December this year is going to be absolutely massive on sales because the majority of people have not started Christmas shopping yet. So that's something to keep talking about, late Christmas shopping. And it's often with those things, the more you talk about it, the more you whip that up into something of, yeah, late Christmas shoppers. So things that you can think about, a gift sale this weekend. Next weekend, a final fling. So whether that becomes a final fling online, whether that is a home party, whether that's a drop-in, a coffee morning, by next weekend, which will be about 14th, you want to get rid of your gift sets. So have a home party where you get rid of your gift sets, you knock a bit off of them, but obviously while people are there, You've got the catalogues out, you'll have the offers, and they can still place normal orders. When I used to always do a home end party, that would always be really good. You'd get rid of all the stuff you don't want anymore. You could, stuff that might have got a bit dented or battered, or you just don't need those Christmas gifts. Get rid of your Christmas shower gels if you don't want them. But just by advertising that final fling sell-off, you will get lots and lots of orders for normal stuff as well. We always know if we get in front of people, we sell stuff. So consider how you're going to deal with your final fling home party as well. So think about your kit. So if you're not partying so much anymore, the thing I haven't taken into account in any of this is some of you have still got parties in. So I'm just working on the basis at the moment that you haven't. So anything you've got in is going to be a bonus. Can you divide your kit into 3 boxes? We talk about kit drops. We talk about getting kits out there. But if your kit is now going to be sitting in your house from now until January, it's dead. You might as well get it out there. So dividing your kit into 3 boxes. Where can your kit drops go? Start thinking again about your connections. Can you get one into the preschool this week? Perhaps next week now, actually. Can you get a kit into the preschool, staff room, husband's workplace? Did you ever do anything about your partner works with a load of blokes? Right, taking your partner in a list of gifts. They can choose that gift, or that gift for their other half. How many blokes need to shop for their mums? Blokes are always late shoppers. So now tackling those, it's another idea. How many Christmas catalogues have you got? And what are you going to do with them? If they're now just like redundant, sitting in the corner of your room, get rid of them, get them out there. So catalogue fairies, previous hostesses that I wrote down, first of all, hostesses that had parted in September or October. They wouldn't have bought everything they wanted then. So they might be somebody to go for. People that had parties booked in and then postponed for whatever reason. Good customers that might want £25 of free shopping just by taking some catalogues into work. So rather than getting to January and going, oh, I've got a load of old catalogues, I'll just chuck them in the bin. Getting some of them out there now and making some money on them. Just keeping a couple of back for yourself for whatever you need them for. We've got 25% more trading days than last year, because we're going right up to the 20th for guaranteed delivery. The warehouse in this previous weekend apparently were just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, waiting for orders to come in. They're getting the operation side of it down to a really sort of slick operation now. So they are geared up and ready to go, and they know that they can handle anything up to the 20th. So think about that. Then think about Christmas shopping hours in a workplace. I often think about school staff rooms. If you said to the school, if you can, I can come in for an hour between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock with my Body Shop pop-up, so all your staff can do their Christmas shopping over a cuppa just at the end of the school day. I'll only be there for an hour, 4 till 5. I'll be in, show some stuff, take the orders, deliver back to school next week. Takes all the stress out of staff having to go Christmas shopping. I did one of those once at Hannah's special school and took £580 in an hour. It was just bonkers because it was on their doorstep and it was there. It was just great for them. I've actually arranged to go into Hannah's daycare. They finish at 6 and I've said I'll go in for an hour next week. Can't remember what day it is. Wednesday, I think, next week, and just sit there with them, do some Christmas shopping, come home. So it won't be like a pop-up demo or anything like that. It'll just be, here's all my stuff, here's your order forms, what do you want to try? It's just like a bit like a market stall, really. Think about care homes, getting into some care homes, supported living, workplaces that have lunch hours, where there might be an opportunity to go in a lunch hour, corporates, that kind of thing. School staff room, I've written down. Then, in going back to your numbers, we haven't even talked about recruits. So I've had a couple of questions about recruiting in December is really hard. So we have to change our mindset up a bit. So think about advertising about buy a business for Christmas. Who do you know? Who are you stuck for a present idea? Why not buy a present that's going to last all year? We can buy a present for. We can buy a business. Come on, or you can sell it to new consultants as, come on board now. Do your own personal Christmas shopping. You're going to get 25% off plus another 25% off. That's nearly 50% off your own Christmas shopping. Sell a bit to friends and family if they want anything, and we'll get you started properly in January. Just do your own personal shopping with us now, and then January we'll kind of get you up and running properly. But obviously over the next couple of weeks, we'll know that once they're in the team, they'll start to see the posters, they'll start to see what we're doing, and they can pick it up and run. And if they are really busy, just use it as a personal shopping account this side of Christmas. But that's often a good way of bringing them in. People that say, I can't do it now, I'll start in January, invariably don't start. By the time it gets to January, life's got in the way, something's happened, someone has put them off, they've found another opportunity, and that girl did persuade them to sign this side of Christmas, and you've lost them. Over all the years I've done it, when I hear, oh, they're going to join, we often do lose them. So just think about that. Think that as well, that if you get 4 personal recruits on in December and they do their MRB, one, it's going to give you £2,500 of sales over the course of time, but it's going to give you £130 bonus landing into your account around the 10th of February. And that is when the last of your credit card bills will drop, if you've got credit cards. So that would be another nice chunk in February to keep, on top of everything else. So really try and think about the recruiting challenge. I'm playing with a recruiting challenge for consultants. Don't quite know where to go with it. I've got some ideas. I'm conscious that we throw loads of stuff at the consultants. Don't want to overload them. But unless a consultant is building her team, not many consultants recruit. That's just the way it is. If they're team builders, then they're looking. But if they're just, I don't mean it rudely, if they're just a consultant in the team, that they're not going to get recruiting. It's not what they tend to do. So that's why I tend to think about the recruiting promotions and throwing something at them to kind of entice them. So I'm kind of got that thought there at the moment. So if you have any great ideas, message them through and we'll just put them all in the pot. We'll have a think. And then the other thing that we need to really, really get on board with is the consultant retreat. And I am going to do some work on that tomorrow. And I don't know how I'm going to deliver it yet. I might do a video that I put up. I don't know. But the consultant retreat is your way of getting those girls recruiting, selling. Anybody that's doing £300-400 a month, they'll be in on minimum sales. We know they're going to need more, but it gives them a starting point. Quite a few of you came through to me in the week when I asked about who's up for who do you think's good for consultant retreat? And the question I then put underneath it was, and what have you done about it? What's the plan? Is there a plan? Have you put in anything with them? So, and as I've been away, I've just not been able to kind of follow up on that too much. But consultant retreat is big on my agenda tomorrow. So for you ladies, just make sure you understand the criteria, because I think sometimes when you're like, then because you're not confident, you don't drive it, but you've probably, I don't know all the details of all the teams, right? But mostly all of you have got somebody to pick out and pull out for the consultant retreat. In fact, actually, looking at the people that I've got on here tonight, I think pretty much everybody has got somebody. And what we do with people with any of these retreats and holidays and things is you take people on a journey. And years ago, when they launched the big promotion, we'd come out of conference, there'd be a big promotion, they could go to such and such, and everybody would come out of conference thinking, yeah, I want to go to Barbados, yeah. By the time you get home, some people have already like fallen down a bit, like, no, I can't do it. But there's still like that middle ground, and we always used to manage to take people on a journey for about 8 weeks. So we'd get more productivity out of them in those 8 weeks before they then kind of actually really looked at it and went, oh, actually, I'm miles away, and then they'd drop off. But in that intervening period, you'd get a lot more work out of them and recruits. So, you know, the company, and this is what we learned a lot about while we were away, that the way the company is putting in the consultant retreat, the manager retreat, and the leaders retreat, if you get somebody on consultant retreat, in the first retreat, 76% of them are now area managers. In the second consultant retreat, 84% of them are now area managers or SAMs. So it's kind of like, get somebody on a consultant retreat and there's your promote out. You know, it's building the business. So, you know, just sort of, but think about the retreat as well. But as I say, that's for tomorrow, really. What I want to do before I forget is I'm just going to take a picture of you. So if you're going to smile, just smile now. I'll take a couple because I'm always rubbish. Can put that on my social media tonight, in case I haven't got anything to put on there later on. So, what are your thoughts? And again, go back to this whole £5,000 team sales, own it. And I know it's not going to, I'm not sitting here thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, but I think the nearly £800 in commission is worth the effort. What's your thoughts? Anything you want to share? Any ideas? Scared? Everyone's quiet. Everyone's eating their dinner. I can see. I see everyone's going, and I don't blame you at all. But it is mindset. Mindset is key. I've been on so many journeys, all sorts of journeys. Definitely trips. You can get to the middle of October on a trip and give up. And I just know you have to just believe. Do something body shoppy every day. Think outside the box. Think about where you haven't. You might have walked past an office every day. You might have seen a mum in the playground every day, but never quite asked her or done something, or you drop your kids off every morning and you've not asked the leader and things like that. So it is going to take some effort, but I don't know. I'm really excited by it, just the kind of breaking it down. Do you all think you've got people in the team that more or less fit the criteria, give or take? Everyone's quiet.
Hi.
I didn't wash my hair this morning, so I've actually put talcum powder in it. Does it? Is it a good idea? Not sure if it works, but
dry shampoo, Julie. Dry shampoo.
No, I haven't got any dry shampoo because my eldest daughter used to have some, but she's moved out, so I don't have any now. But someone said I could get away with talc, and because I'm like, I could wash my hair just for a Zoom. Much as I love you all, I was like, straight after this, I'm putting the rest of my pajamas on. So yeah, I think actually if I sit back a bit, you can't even see me, so it's even better. But yes. So are you up for the challenge?
Yes.
You're going to give it a go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, as I say, if you aim here and you came in there, it's still better than going and not getting anywhere with it. So I think, that's, but do break it down. I'm happy. I'm around tomorrow. I'm doing a fete or fair or some hideous event tomorrow night. But I'm around tomorrow. If people want to, catch up with me either in real life or, on the Zoom phone, whatever, or just message me with, I'm thinking about this one. I'm happy to do anything. I want you to earn money. And in another region, they're doing a big thing about #bridge the gap with their consultants, because lots of people get paid really early in December and then really late in November and in January. So often there's like 5.5 weeks between paydays. So they're doing a lot of work with their consultants about hashtag bridge the gap. Earn some, earning money each week through. So that's another kind of idea. Trouble is, you end up with all sorts of ideas. I've spent hours and hours in a car to Manchester with 2 people, so we're like. But next year looks really exciting. Yes, Emily.
I'm actually off work tomorrow, and I wouldn't mind maybe just like a little one-to-one catch-up if you've got time for it.
Would you like a Zoom? Yeah.
Whatever works. Yeah. Just like to go through some of my team, really.
What sort of time? Or you can message me after if you like. Message me after. Give me some time.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll send you a link. But no, definitely. No, we'll do that tomorrow. Definitely.
Thanks.
That's absolutely fine. Conference in February looks very different. So anybody who went to Manchester and was a bit like, big place, lots of people, la 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 la. We're back to Telford, obviously, in February. We've seen some of the stuff that's going to come from conference. So that is going to be really, really good. And we know as well that the girls that you get to conference are the girls that will take you through February and March and April. I know there's a couple of you that can't come. So at this stage, do not tell your team. Just make plans for them to buy tickets and travel together and sort of push them into groups, or keep out of their travel arrangements altogether. Sometimes is better, so you don't get involved in any of the politics. But try and encourage them to come. They will all be part of our team. So if we'll know by that point which ones of you can't come. So we will look out for them and we'll make them feel welcome and everything. I spoke about on the chat about putting up a conference thing. If they order their ticket by such and such, they'll get a little goodie bag from you at conference. I didn't launch that last week, but I will launch that. So try to put that in. Are you just waving at me, Jade, or are you going to speak?
Put my hand up.
Yes, Jade.
Because I can't come, what I'm basically going to say is I'm travelling up with Alex, so sort yourselves out, getting together. Together.
Yeah.
If I sort their goodie bags out, can I give them to you?
Yeah, sure. That's it. That's fine. Any of that kind of stuff nearer the time, we'll sort it out. That's not a problem. I was just, because once they get paid, sort of around their payments and commissions and bonuses and things, will go into the accounts. I'd like them to buy their tickets by about the sort of middle of December, so that they've allocated that money. Once we get into January and they've not bought their ticket, obviously they've got no money, and then the £39 ticket becomes a big thing for them. So it was just trying to kind of get their ticket bought this side of Christmas, so we've got them sort of ticked off. Our attendance is absolutely awful. We won't need a block, we'll barely need a row at this point. So it is just trying to go through. I've picked up a clip from someone else's group earlier, and I've just put that on there as well. But as we know, there seems to be a real thing with Facebook at the moment. The lives that I do are getting very little interaction. If I did a live normally at lunchtime, a couple of months ago, I reckon I was getting about 20-25 people coming onto the live as I was doing it. I'm barely getting 1 or 2. Now, I'd like to think that I'm not that boring, but I don't think it's coming up. So if you do talk to any consultant, I would ask them to check their notifications. But Natasha was saying that she's struggling on the manager page, and she's, we've looked at it together, and Natasha's notifications are fine.
I've got the same, Julie.
Yeah, I know.
My notifications are set right, but I'm not being told when a live comes up.
No. I mean, the only thing I can suggest with managers is that every time you go on Facebook, you go to the Starlight page, you go to the manager page, you go to most recent, and you kind of track those two. Who's got a silly on
Me, can go.
you know, but as for a consultant, you know, they're not so likely. You know, the only thing we can say to a consultant is, you know, do you check into the Starlight page every day? You know, or you ought to check into it every day because it's updated at least 4 or 5 times a day. You know, I'd hate you to miss anything, but my lives have just been absolutely shit. Like, you know, you start a live, even if you do a live at 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, what? Nobody's coming on? Jesus Christ! But I have spoken to a couple of colleagues because I did, you know, you do wonder, maybe they just don't want to hear me anymore. And a couple of my friends said exactly the same. So, you know, Shelley Gordon, who's my sort of absolute idol in market attraction and social media, she says she's struggling with her lives on her team page. So Facebook are obviously playing around again, which is why I thought maybe I'll do some sort of video tomorrow for the consultant retreat, so just to try and mix it up a bit. It's just like bloody juggling plates, isn't it? So, any questions? I think we've got about 5 minutes if anyone's got any questions. But what I'll do is sit down with that team, have a look, see what you can do, pull it out the bag, and obviously you've got my promotions as well. Early bird for your ticket for £50 of vouchers for your personal sales this week, and then you've got your extra ticket when you're going mega sales. No, you're not. You've got your guaranteed prize for mega sales, and then you've got your £50 voucher draw for team sales as well by mid-month. So I'm fully loading it for you.
Thank you.
So that's why, yeah. So I think a recruiting promotion will come for consultants when I can just think about it a bit more. So yes, and Sam will be doing a live on Sunday night at 8 o'clock as well on Inspiration Page as well, and that's going to be talking about some new products. So again, that's a good one to get people onto Sunday night as well. So if there's not anything else, I'm going to go and put my pajamas on. Jade, yes, I love the way she did.
Can we do like some sort of recruiting training Zoom thing for the likes of Louise?
So do you think it would be best to try and get them onto a Zoom? So shall we try I think next week my evenings aren't too bad off the top of my head. So should we try an evening Zoom first? I could record it, and then if the recording was any good afterwards, I could bung it on. If the recording's not any good, I could then do something else after it. Should we try that first? Yeah. So I mean, again, I'm open to anything really. We just
recruiting promotion.
Yes.
Like, I was talking to Louise earlier, and she's doing all the selling sites and her pro group and everything, and she was struggling. So I thought maybe if she talked through it rather than me just telling her different bits and bobs, tagged her in all the videos and everything like that. So I just thought maybe a little something might help.
What I could do is if we launch a recruiting promotion, if I launched a recruiting promotion on Monday and tied it up with a Zoom, if I say Monday night and I double check my diary, then that might kind of like lead it in together. Here's the promotion and here's the training, and then we can follow it up with some stuff, because you need recruits this month. You really do, for all sorts of reasons. And if you can start identifying your next potential, that's going to help to carry you through, December and January. So yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll write myself a note, Jade.
Thank you.
Zoom on Monday night. I've got Emily down here as well. Right. I'm going. I've got 3 nights of celebrity to catch up with. Priorities and all that. But I did hear some really good stuff over the last couple of days. So next year does look really exciting. But I'm not allowed to tell you because I have to sign a disclosure agreement. And then you get in such a muddle. Every time you go out in the mornings, they give you another present. So we had presents every morning and we had presents every night. So I'm taking pictures and going like, oh God, is this a present I can show? Is this not a present? Am I allowed to talk about that? Shall I? Right. Oh God, my husband's gone and brought the dogs back now, so that's going to go mental. And Hannah's home as well. Right, I'm going, and I shall see you all soon.
See you soon.
Right, bye. Bye.
Bye.